And I'm very excited because I have some of the cast of the new TV One film Under the Influence here with me. The film debuts on TV One on Sunday, February the 5th. So make sure you watch it live, DVR. You know what you got to do. Support, support, support. I got 3 of the stars, Denyce Lawton, BJ Britt, and Jared Wofford here with me today. I've also got Jason Ryan tapping in as well. He's the manager of original programming and production at TV One. Now, guys, just a heads up, he leans more on the quieter side, but I am sure I will find a way to press him with a question or two. And if you don't know, now you know that the film is directed by Courtney Miller and shines a light on how a woman's life is thrown into a dangerous tailspin after ending an affair with a dangerous lover she met in Alcohol Anonymous, better known as AA. And we're going to talk a little bit about this film that I watched already. Sorry, y'all, I cheated, but it was really, really good. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Fantastic.
So as I mentioned, I cheated. I watched the film and I was just so impressed by a number of things. But for you all, obviously you guys are very seasoned in this industry. You've done a lot of different projects. So for you, what was the draw for this film in particular?
BJ, you're on mute. You have to unmute your computer. For me, when I first saw it, it gave me an opportunity to finally play a character that I've never been able to play. And I know a lot of people tend to say, hey, like Black films do the same things over and over and over. But what I liked about this film was that if you read the script and you didn't know if they weren't for African-American people, it's nondescript in that sense. And what I mean by that is we're so triggered by the political aspect of films and having to play the victim in slavery or police brutality. And so although there is some like violence and there's some, drama in this, it was refreshing to not have to read a script where I play victim to poverty or the ghetto or being someone's side chick or, you know what I mean? Like in all those aspects. So for me, it was that. And then I got to kick some ass. So.
Yes. And to your point too, Denyce, before I move over to the gentleman, for me, my experience of your character wasn't a victim at all. Right. Really saw her fighting and then ultimately overcoming. So thank you for making that point. All right, I'm moving. Which gentleman wants to step in first? Or do I have to pick
I'll let BJ go. BJ, it's all you.
No, my answer was the same thing as Denyce's. So
no, it's not BJ.
Exact same thing. I got to kick back. Same thing. Pretty much the same thing. So Jared, I think you should start it off, baby. Go ahead.
Don't worry, Jared, because I got something for BJ in a minute. Go ahead.
Good.
No. Okay, have a good one, guys.
So when I got the audition, it was one of those roles where the character description was cool. The character was complicated, so that's always nice. Gives you some layers to play with. But when I was auditioning, there was so much that I didn't know that it was attractive to like try to figure it out. And then when I got the opportunity to be a part of the cast and I got to talk to Courtney, I learned that this was kind of based off like a true story. So in some respects, so that was even more enticing. And later on, I heard Denyce and BJ are part of the project, and I was like, oh, I'm working with some people that I've been watching even maybe before I was acting. So this was a great opportunity for me.
I love that. So BJ, Denyce mentioned, this film gave her an opportunity to really stretch some new muscles, play a different type of character. And I couldn't get past you being the bad guy. I'm like,
no, I'm not the bad guy. I don't think he's just
BJ is a good guy. BJ, I struggled in my spirit. I had a tough time because I'm like,
you should have hit me up and be like, yo, B, talk to me, walk me through this thing, baby.
But you did a fantastic job. For you. What was really essential for you to tap into this character and portray it in the way that you did?
Everybody that you just spoke to, because I couldn't do my job without Jason, Denyce, Jared, Courtney. I mean, these guys just, we rallied together. It's a team effort. So I can't take credit for any of that, because when you're in a scene, you need to be able to work off of someone, and you need to make sure they're on point. And Jason kept us on point. Courtney gave us the, lead way to do what we needed to do, and Denyce and just Jared came through the play, and we just had a great time. So it was a great collab.
Love that. Denyce, I want to move to you because we see your character deal with a very real issue, an issue that a lot of people deal with. Addiction is a very real thing in the world we live in. But we also watch the ways in which the fragility of that puts her in some very compromising positions. So for you, what do you want people to walk away with understanding about not only the fragility of addiction, but also being able to get on the other side of it?
Whew. There's so many things, I think. Without throwing any family members under the bus, I grew up with family members that were addicted to, substances.
Mhm.
And it was very traumatizing for me to live with them and being around them or not being able to be around them because of that, right? I think in some form, we all have some type of an addiction,
Yeah.
whether it's shopping or eating or smoking or substances. One, you're not alone.
Yeah.
Right. I think that a lot of people who tend to rely on substances, it's an escapism from something traumatic or something they're trying not to deal with, right? So you're not alone. There are other people that are going through that. It's okay, especially our people, to find and seek help, whether it's an AA meeting or it's therapy or a confided friend. Don't take it to social media. A lot of people tend to do that. Social media make things worse. Please do not go to social media for help. And I think on the other side of that is the cliche, but so true. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. And I know, especially with Black women and Black men, we're always told, we're so strong, we can get through anything.
Yeah.
And it's been looked at as such a bad thing when it comes to the other people, right? Because it's like, well, stop telling me I'm strong, because then they think they can do anything to us and we can endure it. But when we're speaking to each other, I think it's okay to say, you are strong enough to endure this. You have the willpower to get through this, because we have all been through hell and back just by walking out our front doors and wearing our skin color. That when we get back home and we've made another day, we know that we can survive everything else, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. Thank you for that. And Jared, I'll move to you. We see your character kind of battle with forgiveness in your marriage, forgiveness of yourself. What was something that you wanted to bring to the table in that regard? And what do you hope people walk away with when we think about forgiveness, when we examine your character?
Oh, great question. Well, forgiveness, of course, that's a universal thing that many of us, unless I guess we're just held captive in a house all day, we have to deal with situations and people that will have to find, sometimes ways to forgive others for things that they've done or expectations that we've had on people. So I hope people, when they see Robert and Denyce's relationship in the story, that maybe it'll spark them to think about a relationship that they can maybe mend. Because I think sometimes if you're not forgiving people for things that they've done or actions that were taken, against you, it can hurt you. It can stop your progress. It can, prevent you from moving forward in your life. And then you can have this stagnant life. When in life, we want to try our best to just continue to elevate. So I hope that's maybe one thing that people see throughout the film as it pertains to the theme of forgiveness.
Yeah, BJ, your character, he really.
Come on, give me a hug. Stop playing with me. Bring it on in, boo.
I wanted to give him a hug. I really
bring it on in, boo. Come on.
I really had a tough. There's a cyber hug. I really had a tough time, but it was interesting because it was like, at one point I couldn't stand you. At the other point, I empathized with you. And I want to speak to you about just towing that line between strength and weakness, especially in how Black men are sometimes viewed and also sometimes not heard. So how did you want to kind of make sure that came across?
I mean, a lot of it had to do with Courtney. I definitely had to, run a lot of it by him. And one thing with Courtney gives you, he'll give you the words, but at the same time, he'll be like, okay, let's see what you can do with that, Yeah. And so being able to have that freedom to like, all right, to go there, and then if need be, let's pull it back some. Now we have that take, let's pull it back some. But Seth is he's a helpless romantic. He's strong, and at the same time, sometimes when you are, maybe a little bit subdued or, a little, easy on people, take that for weakness, And so for me, I felt like, to show that love and that strength. I mean, it was interesting to just play with that and have Courtney there to just be like, okay, go there, bring it back. Jason on the sidelines, like, oh, that was nice. And then he just walked off. I'm like, wait, what?
That sounds like Jason. I've never heard Jason raise his voice ever. Like, never heard him get beyond like your inside library voice.
Jason come through. All right, I'm out. That was it? You just see that tear? That's all I get? No. That's all you go on. But it was awesome. Like, Denyce, I was like, Denyce was saying it's a role that, I haven't been able to play before. And so it was nice to be able to go there and have Jason and Denyce and Jared and Courtney, to play with and have your back when it's something new, and it was something fun to do. So I just hope that comes across, and obviously with you, it did a little bit. So we'll see.
Just a little bit.
Wait, can
Absolutely.
I say something really fast?
Yes,
when
please.
I found out that BJ, so I accepted the role before I found out who the other actors were.
Mhm.
And when I first found out it was BJ, I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing this with him. But no, I'm joking. But no, I mean, and Courtney can attest to this. And even my girl Tamiko, I called everybody and was like, BJ's about to play my love interest. I was like, yo, he's about to kill this role. And then I reached out to BJ and was like, I just found out you're Seth. I was like, you're about to murder this. I was like, oh my God, you're about to kill this. Because I just knew, like, I know his work ethic.
Yeah.
And he has a charming side to him as well in real life. So I was like, he can infuse real aspects of himself in this. And I was so excited for him because I was like, when he kills this is going to be so dope for him.
Thank you.
I love that. This might be tough to answer, but this is for each of you. What is one thing you admire most about your character and why? Jared, I'm coming to you.
Oh, you coming to me first?
Oh yeah, Jared, yes.
Hot seat.
Don't come to me. Go to Jared.
All right. I think I admire that. Like, Robert has some things to work on. Let's be honest. He's got some things to work on. It'd be cool to see what the sequel would look like if that ever happened, right?
Yeah.
But I admire that Robert is somebody with ambition. He has a vision, and he seems like he can take that vision and try to build the pieces or the people and put that puzzle together to accomplish what he wants to accomplish. And on the flip side too, he sees the value in his wife. He just initially didn't really value her the way that he should have valued her. So I think that's what I got to say about Robert.
Yeah, there you
Love
go.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
BJ trying to find his answers. I think there's a few things that I admire that I could take away from a person like Denyce. One, it's cliche, but her why can't I say it? Resiliency and able to, go through what she went through from the, I guess, emotional abuse from her husband, but then even her addiction and being able to come out on the other side of that and be okay.
Yeah.
Because people don't come out on the other side. A lot of people succumb to their addictions, right? Or go into another addiction that really hurts them even more. Her ability to be honest with herself eventually. And although she made a few mistakes, she was able to forgive herself. I think that's the one thing that a lot of people, especially people with addictions, don't do, is they don't forgive themselves. And I think in order to move on past addictions or traumas, you have to first forgive yourself and know that you're either a victim or you're a volunteer in certain situations. And when you decide which one you are, the next step is to forgive yourself. And then after forgiving yourself, do the work. And I think she did all of that.
I love that. All right, BJ, drum roll.
Just same thing Denyce said and Jared said, just combine that.
You all should see Denise's response. For all my radio family out there.
No,
BJ just got the biggest eye roll I think I've seen all month.
She's been doing that since day one, since I met Denyce. So it's, I just overlook that. That's just Denyce. That's just Denyce. No, but for Seth, I think my character, he's very passionate, not only in his professional life, but in his personal life as well. I mean, that's how I am. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So you don't know if I'm upset about something. You don't know if I'm loving it. So, I love that about that character. So.
Well, I love this film, guys. Fantastic
job.
Can I
answer that too, Sharí?
Yeah, come on, Jason. Come on in. Thank you for visiting with us.
So what I also want to say is admirable about these characters, and it really is a testament to both Courtney Miller, our writer and director, a testament to him crafting these characters and then this awesome cast bringing them to life. But one thing that I really admire about these characters is that even when they are all at their worst, and nobody's squeaky clean in this movie.
Right.
But when they all are at their worst, you still understand why they're that way. Nobody's just pure evil or pure angry or pure hateful. When they're at their worst, you still have a sense of why they're like that, why they're acting that way, why they're reacting to something. And it really gives a lot of depth and layers to the characters and to the stories that, you know, it humanizes dark actions. It humanizes dark feelings. And it's valuable to do that in this medium because it helps put it in perspective to help with the healing process in real life.
Absolutely.
So I really do admire that about these characters and these actors for bringing them to life, and my brother Courtney for putting it all out there. It's job well done.
Job well done indeed. And Jason, since you've joined us, I'm going to pick on you.
I've been here the whole time.
Nope. You're like, well, you ain't got to talk to me. Nope. You bring me to a great closing point with everything you talked about humanizing the characters, you know, seeing the depths of why they act the way they do or respond or whatever. When it comes to Black love, you know, we're looking at the ebbs and flows of a marriage. And I think it's important for us now more than ever to show like marriage is beautiful, it's great, but it also has its down points and there's real work involved. So with what you said in mind, why was it important for you to also really tell that story as well? Yeah,
well, you touched on it because, you know, Black love is not just the hashtag couple goals pictures and when everything is sweet and everything is happy. The truth of Black love and love in general is that it's strengthened by the hard times. It's strengthened by the adversity and growing and rising out of that together. And that's what is beautiful about Denyce and Robert's relationship in this film, is that you see them dysfunctional, you see them loving, you see them working together, you see them every aspect basically. You see how they are even through the times when they might not want to talk to each other. They might not even want to look each other in the eye because there's something else going on. Yeah. You still see that journey, and it's the full picture of what Black love is. Because like I said, it's more than just, you know, the social media posts and the date night and all that. It's all of it. It's all of it.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for showing us all of it. I'm so excited for everybody else to see this film. I'm watching it again because I'm a fan. So thank you guys. Great job. You all make sure you check out Under the Influence. It premieres on TV One this Sunday, 7/6 Central. So watch it live, DVR it. It's important we support films like this. Looking forward to the response you guys get. And thank you so much for the time. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.